Hope you get something nice for yourself. But regardless, guys, this is Friday Night Fights. I'm only going to be here for one of the 3 rounds. That's because Bloodwing's kidnapping me. Afterwards, we're going to go see John Wick, go to a ramen bar, have some fun, and go through everything there. But tomorrow, actually, this whole weekend schedule is going to be really interesting because tomorrow we have an interesting SCP operation that's going to have both distractions, infiltrations, and evasion. And then, wow, we are going really quick today. And then we also have IDC on Sunday, and that's going to be 150 to 200 players of PvP with a bunch of assets, but we'll get there when we get there. Today, we'll see how all this goes. This will be a very interesting mission. Blue 4 has a TOW guided missile system. Green 4 has multiple MTLBs, including an autocannon. So we'll have to see how all of that goes. But here's our mission right up here, made by Maz for this experimental operation, give or take. Regardless, background, the year is 2023, the invasion of Chernarus by Russian armed forces in 2009. NATO has spent 14 years, one second, my monitor's glitching out. There we go. Has spent the last 14 years training the next door nation of Grozivio. Now, with tensions on the rise between Grozivia, my bad, and Russia, NATO has ramped up their training, has shipped the elite 38th Grozovian mechanized infantry to Greece for one final exercise against their Italian counterparts. So it's a made-up nation versus Italy. Interesting. There have been many manually placed trees around the AO, the hill to the north, and has additional rock formations, as well as directly in front of Serpent Hill. The swamp to the east has additional concealment. Nice. I'm going to do shout-outs to you guys in a bit.
Goat team
Just watch your VOD of airstrikes and plasma guns with Rubik's. Yeah, I was like, I was
for being absent for so long. Uncle Sam has kept me away from the homeland.
That's fair, Fives. But, JY, I still got to edit up that footage, but it was really funny to drop arc lights on our position when the damn game would let me, but I digress. Notes, Italian forces should rely on overlapping fields of fire, while the Grozovians should utilize their superior firepower and mobility. Mission rules, don't attack my cool ego monument, please, and thank you. Game mode here is Ad Sector. How Ad Sector works is the defenders are defending, in this case, 3 sectors. Once an attacker enters the sector, as long as defenders are in the sector, they can't take it until the attackers bring in more infantry than the defenders. So if the defenders have 2 people in the sector, attackers can't start taking it till they have 3 people in the sector, unless they kill a defender, in which case it becomes 2 or 1 or none. But once the attackers have the number advantage, in the sector will start counting down from 90 seconds. At any time the attackers lose that number advantage in the sector timer stops and resets until the attackers get that majority number advantage back in the sector, and that'll start counting down from 90 again. Once the sector is taken, once that 90-second timer finishes, the defenders cannot recapture the sector. Attackers win when they've taken all 3 sectors or wiped the entirety of the defenders. Defenders win if they wipe the entirety of the attackers or they have at least 1 sector remaining by the end of the round. Otherwise, that is it. Mission dynamics here. 1,200 meters render distance, no magnified optics, nor NVGs. Defenders only get 30 build points. Wow. For reference, usually that number is 125. That's considered quote-unquote standard, the main number there, so they only have like a fourth of their build capability, a little under that even. Otherwise, medium anti-tank settings, that only matters if there is an echo. There is an echo on Blue 4. I don't see an echo in Green 4. So Blue 4's echo is a mat. They have the squad leader, and I'm assuming the mat gunner.
You take 1 Vic. Yeah.
Though I don't see...
83.
I think he's joining in, so there's at least 1 assistant, so that means every player in the team minus the team leader has 2 rockets. So he's going to have 2 rockets, and then the guy that's actually taking the weapon will join in and have another 2. So 4 Maz rockets total. That makes sense because they are fighting a lot of armor. But Blue 4 are your modern Italian army Vegeto camouflage kit. So this is the new one that Maz made. Weaponry is going to be ACRs. Secondary is going to be Glock 17s. Light machine gunner is going to have the FN Mini-Me, which is a 5.56 200 round machine gun. MG3 is going to be the medium machine gun. That's a great defensive weapon because it can put out a lot of hate real quick. It's literally an MG42, just 3-chambered from 7.92 to 7.62 by 51 NATO. Light anti-tank is going to be single-shot disposable M136. Crew and aviation, I don't think matters because they don't have any crew or aviation slots. Otherwise, nothing on crew served weapons. They have a tow launcher that has 3 AT rounds and an HE bunker buster round. So we'll see how that is utilized. Otherwise, they have 2 50 cals, which only have 400 rounds across 4 boxes. Those can do quite well, and they have a Polaris Jeep. Otherwise, looking at our roster here for Blue 4, we've got Korvac commanding. Ash leading Alpha with Major Khan as the marksman, which marksman rifle appears to be an ACR with a scope. We can tell because it's under the nominal there, and you can see the 230 on his gun. Otherwise, Tackleberry, Wheaton, Arcor, and Swola are in Alpha 1. I don't see a leadership in Alpha 1. Norris, I do see, has the leadership tag right there, so he's a team leader for Alpha 2 with Erickson, Deb, and Zapata. Keen leading Bravo with Kevin as a 2IC and Colin as the marksman. 2IC is important because they have the underbarrel grenade launches. I see Flux leading Bravo with Michael Kale, Roster Guy, Fury, Naders, and Pyros. We got a big representation from Pepega tonight. That is awesome. No Bravo 2. Charlie being led by Lusso. Looks like they've merged all of Charlie together. So Lusso's leading Pro, Hunter, Solomon, Skeeta, Gogu, RB, Mackenzie, and Crazy. Delta being led by Katz, Azariah as the 2IC, Iander as the medic. No marksman role taken by Scandy. Delta 1's being led by Whiplash with Cullis, Nemesis, and Maz. Flying Finn leading Delta 2 with Naps and Yanni Finn as... two machine gunners there. Maz and Cullis taking the machine gunners. Delta have the medium machine gun roll, so they're taking all 4 MG3s there. But Scandy, Recon, and Pepega, once again on the same team. I heard last week when we weren't covering, they put Scandy and Pepega together, and for one of the rounds they lost, but the other 2 they won, so... Scandy and Pepega still have a very high win rate here. Otherwise, Echo, we got Schnuffles with Artisan, and Zony's probably going to be that gunner, because I saw Artisan have the backpack there. So those are more members of Pepega, I believe. And then Gamma is a dedicated vehicle crew for a Polaris Jeep, because Gamma are vehicle crewmen. So I don't really get why we have dedicated crewmen for that. Maybe they're going to be dedicated for moving around with the tow launcher in that Vic? It's kind of weird, but it looks like they took MP5s. I really don't know what to say on top of that. But regardless, we're going to look at Green 4 down here at this base. And then I'll go ahead and look at the map. So as you can see, they've got a lot of mechanized stuff. They even have a vehicle with an autocannon. And based on the fact they said it was an autocannon variant, I'm assuming it actually has the autocannon with it. But otherwise, let's go ahead and look at Independent here. So their uniforms are going to be GZ, Modern, NATO-backed, Grozian. This is one of the factions Maz has made up for general use there. Otherwise, loadouts are going to be a mix of M4A1s or AK-74s. So they get a choice of Eastern or Western weaponry. LMG gunners are going to have the RPK. Medium machine gunners, the PKP. Light anti-tank is going to be the 136 as well, and then crew get either a PV-2000 submachine gun or M4A1. Interesting choices there. Otherwise, we have the MTLB with an autocannon. It says it has autocannon rounds. I bet you it doesn't have the HE. It might have the AP rounds. Malin might be able to explain this one because he is one of the staff, so he might be able to tell you, but it's got a PKT, and then the commander also has a PKT. It does have HE. Are we actually... finally going to see FnF have autocannons in it? Oh, hell, it's about fucking time. There goes my demonetization. I can go grab my cigar, though, and pretend to be what's-his-face from StarCraft 2. Otherwise, we've got a BTR-80 also in play. We've got 2 unarmed BRDMs, 3 standard MTLBs with the PKT on the commander seat, and an off-road for, I believe, command. That is sexy. Otherwise, looking at our roster here, Pierce is back! Wait a minute. Why are there 2? Wait. I thought he was banned from command, which is why... Okay, because that one's naked, so I guess that's desyncy. So I guess he's acting as 2IC? Maybe? I saw him at the top, so that's usually because he's in charge. I'd love to see Pierce unbanned from commanding, because yes, he did so many unconventional things, but my god, he was getting better. So Pierce has a clone. I can't tell who the commander is here. I'm trying to look at their headgear to see if there's a difference. He got unbanned a couple weeks ago from command. All right, we're going to start seeing command plays by Pierce again. Hell yeah. So I want to clarify this, guys. We've got Pierce as a commander fighting Scandy, Recon, and Pepega. This is probably going to be one of the easiest bets you've ever made in your life, but they do have an HE autocannon, and that is the wild card. So let's see it. All right, Pierce commanding with SN as the 2IC, WikiFin as the 3IC, Steve leading Alpha, Zuki as the 2IC, Baron taking a marksman rifle, which appears to be an SVD, Batty as the medic, Kabubi Face leading Alpha 1 with Mark Vagrant, Arcane, Gazag, and Alexander and Lurch with him. Patriot leading Alpha 2 with Olaf, Seismo, Mutant, Slushy, and Curie under him, as well as Shy. NASA leading Bravo with Pirate Sandwich as the 2IC, Depso as the marksman, Pogo _ as the medic. No leadership for Bravo 1, it's just Tymek, ISO, Ivno, Settler, and Sayak. Sayak. No one Zixme leading Bravo 2, the hater of Polish, I love him. Kermit, Zapata, Rufy, Lolo, and Wombat under him. Skipu has merged everyone under Delta under him. He's got Helazar, Jeremy, Slippy, HTM, Polish Pepe, Aberq, Giovanni, Ramba, Sizgal, Robert, all with him. Gamma 1, dedicated crew for the Autocannon MTLB is Newton, Toxic, and Puma. And then Sam and Lolo being a dedicated crew for that BTR-80. All right. This is going to be interesting. Green 4 is literally almost entirely mechanized here. They got 3 MTLBs. They got an MTLB with an autocannon. They got a BTR-80, and they got some 2 transport BRDMs and a off-road car. Though it looks like they're not taking that one. They're taking everything else, though. Pierce is back on the command for his debut. He might have also been here last week, but I get to say debut because I wasn't here last week. We got some placed rocks over here, scanning the terrain. I don't think any of this was deformed. This actually looks like vanilla terrain from what I know about with all these hills and whatnot. Definitely some placed rocks around and whatnot. We got some placed trees because I know these trees aren't native to Altus, but that is a very nice addition here for some extra concealment moving in. But let's go ahead and look at the sector. Sector 3 is on top of this hill. It's a nice bunker. I love the compositions that they make in Recycle and FnF. This is one of the good ones. We originally saw them in OFCRA, and then they got moved over, so that was great. Sector 2 is across the way, actually, at something called Serpent Hill. So Sectors 3 and 2 are different hills. This one has a smaller fortification, this kind of a rear vanguard position. I love it. And then Sector 3 is this position here with some of the strangest non-Altian architecture I've ever seen, but it's all fully garrisonable, all on a street. That is quite nice. All right. So the AO is literally right here. Blue 4's got an easy defensive line to work with it. They got to be really careful where they put their tow launcher. I'd imagine they might go mobile with that tow gunner, but they also have Echo, which will let them be mobile with a Maz as well. So we'll see how all that goes. I want to see if Pepega can do as well as Iander in those shoes, because Iander's playing medic here instead. But an autocannon's going to shred these positions, so that autocannon needs to be the priority target for both the Maz team and both the tow launcher there. So we'll have to see how things go. 3 minutes remaining till safe start ends. Again, this will be the only round I cover, so I'm going to go ahead and give out some shout outs. Shout out to Gorechild for the I guess the resub, that's it. And he said, bah. Of course he did. 5, thanks for the 14-month resub. Drunk Firebear, thanks for giving Barbarian a sub, though I doubt he's even here. And Malin, thanks for the 13-month resub. Good luck on your house again, buddy. I hope you all keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And fine, Gore, here you go. Also, Gore, I need to talk to you about, we've got a really, really special operation. I've got a little, goat miniature that plays Ba when I press it, but I've got an interesting op coming up on the 5th of April, debuting the Terminator mod between the devs that made it, their community, and my community. If you want to get it on that, I will also be showing it off on Wednesday. Luck has it, the first people that are going to play it under me are going to be the 506th. That is crazy. If you saw the last 506 stream a week and a half ago, most of them don't know a lot about 40k, and I was showing them the various tanks like the Baneblade and the Lehman Russ, so they have no idea what they are in for. But I'm going to be getting Web Knight's Orc mod, and I'm going to basically have them as Terminators and Space Marines fighting the Orcs. So it's going to be interesting in the sense that we're going to be seeing people that either know very little or a lot about 40k playing in roles against stuff that they don't even comprehend. But you know what? It's the type that's going to go, this is badass either way. So, all right, we can hear them locally. They're talking about setting up defenses and surrounding. I'm going to be honest, Blue 4's best bet is to come up, take these 2 hills, and try to watch where Green 4's coming in and try to snipe them with their AT. Because otherwise, they're not going to last too long. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's going to be the Great Walk. Indeed. And Gore, to answer your DMs, they're a bit of a pain in the butt to keep clean, but it's fine. I also, before this op started, I made 3 different monotubes to give a TLDR. I got these 2 Martha Grow tents, or it's small greenhouse units, and I used to run herb gardens in them. I had pictures of that in a gardening channel on my Discord. I made way too much, more than Bloodway and I will ever get through, so I decided to convert one into a fruiting chamber for mushrooms. So I just made a monotube, which is basically a container of golden oyster, chestnut, and what was the third one? King trumpet. So I've got like 8 of those on a rack right now, and then 1 of them in a fruiting chamber because I was calibrating it. But yeah, okay. Okay, no, desync spiked because the mission was starting. Good, I was about to have a heart attack. I'm like, no! We just got an autocannon FnF, and you're not going to desync crash the server on me, please. Yes, the legal ones. Everyone I DM and tell about, everyone immediately goes, oh, you're growing the fun ones. I'm like, no, I'm not, because that's illegal, bro. I would get in trouble. All right. Fun fact, though, in 47 states of the United States, you can keep spores of the illegal ones. You just can't grow them because it's considered paraphernalia. But, yeah, it's kind of funny, isn't it? But regardless, all right. Green 4 is advancing. We've got the autocannon Vic in the middle. Call sign Gamma 1 right there. Alpha 2 and Alpha 1 trailing with MTLBs. We've got another MTLB charging. Looks like they're trying to gain the 2 central hills here as Blue 4 moves up on foot. Polaris Street moving around the flank right here. This is not a bad spot to engage from, but that's really banking on the fact that Green 4 is not going to go massively around like that. The really safe thing for Green 4 to do would have been to go up the MSR, go around this hill, and then attack from the northern side, and having Overwatch cover right here, to be perfectly honest. Like putting the autocannon up there would have helped, and then having spotters watch for any toes. So Green 4 is doing a much more direct plan here. You got Charlie charging up here. This is General Squad of Infantry here moving up, but we've got a massive amount of infantry just moving up. The autocannons right here ready to go. So I'm trying to look to see where that toe is. We got a 50 cal in play. I'm waiting to see if we have the toe get assembled on the southern side. I'm looking through these guys' cameras to see if they're going to spot any Green 4 on that hill moving up. But a little bit of a weak plan by Blue 4 in terms of defense, keeping everything on the hills. A small attempt to rush things up. However, I think they should have tried rushing the Moz group up instead, but now Green 4 is fully employed right here. You're going to start seeing shots firing back and forth here. These are the MTLBs firing up on that hill. And you got Blue 4 all the way over there. Green 4 has done a very direct plan here, very prone to being flanked, but so far so good. Yeah, right, that guy did have crusty hands. All right, we got Green 4 setting up on these 2 hills, engaging in small arms here. You got some people down in cover right here getting suppressed. I'm waiting to see that autocannon potentially push up and start shredding positions. I'm a little worried about it right now. It's in a low position because they don't want to risk it getting hit. However, they have MTLBs up here, and they're not under fire by any Mozes yet, so, or toes, so that would be logical to then pull it back and start using it. We do have a little bit of blood around here. People have gotten out of it. I think they're trying to use it as bait. They've actually pulled it back instead. Blue 4 doing a direct attack on this hill. However, we are seeing some grenades being thrown down the hill. 2 Green 4 guys just got ousted there. Blue 4 throwing grenades over. I think the kill zone is, if Green 4 doesn't hold this spot, the kill zone's going to be right here for that Blue 4 team, but they're chucking a lot of grenades right now. It's not getting close, though, because Blue 4 is right on the wall. NASA in a bad position here in a 2v1 fight, but we just saw an AT4 shot point blank get a double kill. Oh my god. Roofy with a great shot with that noob tube. Grenade's getting thrown a little too far. NASA wakes back up. Roofy on the flank. He's gonna catch Skeeta bandaging. Mo Skeeta down. Gogu's gonna spot Roofy. Tries to mag dump him. Roofy knocked to his feet and knocked out. Solomon's knocked out as well. Blocked back up. NASA coming around on the flank, catches Gogu. Doesn't even get a shot out to NASA as he gets a free kill. RB coming around with that mini-me. NASA gets 2-tapped by the mini-me. RB, something hit him right there. Maybe that was shrapnel. Very intense action right here as Green 4 is pushing through the Blue 4 elements here. You got the Polaris moving around on the rear. Might try to get behind and take out some of these vehicles, but the infantry has been phenomenal here by Green 4 in this push. We got some double tapping of bodies. Green 4, they got a lot of unconscious, but they all woke up. They only lost Ivno. Kermit and Zapata have also died. We also saw Pierce. Okay, no, that's an AI, my bad. But almost the entirety of Charlie is wiped right here. RB is the only one still alive, but he does have the mini-me. And that's going to be a great weapon for CQC. I think Depso just saw RB. But RB did not see Depso. Depso, you got to be careful, buddy. RB returning fire. Depso got some free hits in there. Here he comes. Wow, Depso ricocheting up the ladder there and getting a headshot. Honestly, RB did not effectively use that gun. I think he was stuck bandaging right there and a little bit of panic. Green 4 finally realized he was there and took him out. Autocannon still staying in reserve. You know, if it moves a little to the left, it will find a good angle to start engaging, but it looks like it's still opting to stay CQC-esque. But if it doesn't do a lot of maneuvering, we might see Blue 4 actually be able to get its AT on the back. Yep, they have the tow cannon back here. They're going to use that to potentially... No, they got a great shot on that autocannon. I think it's going to be nullified. And you know what? I would rather we see more autocannons and more tow launchers and watch them cancel each other out like this than not have them utilized at all, because it's the good old what if, and it encourages them. Yeah, it's balanced, so they'll use it again. Because this asset has kind of been put here in the background. Pierce is trying to hold rear security, but I think Blue 4 is going to get a great angle to AT that piece. Really, that thing should be going out, hitting 20 or so rounds up there, and immediately pulling back into cover. So you got marksmen firing, you got everyone trying to suppress that position. Green 4 are moving a massive amount of infantry on the northern side to move it around. But I don't think we're gonna see much. I'm gonna...
Let's move the tow up so we don't risk hitting the fence.
So they're going to move the tow past the fence. They don't want to risk a fence shot there. That's very smart, because sometimes the tow will go through the fence. Sometimes it'll detonate on the fence. So they were looking up here. They might have seen this MTLB. No, they did not. It's in cover, so I think they spotted this one. Yeah, that thing's going to get shot in the ass, because they've just kept it here static for too long. If they really wanted to keep it in cover from the rear, they should be putting it right here so Pierce can watch from that angle. So we'll see what happens with that, but I think it's going to get hit in the ass in a second. And with that lost, Green 4 is going to still have other assets to suppress that position and move units up, but it's very open around here, and I think Blue 4 might be able to hold. Here comes that tow. And it hits this vehicle instead. So that's giving their position away. Blue 4 might immediately pull away instead.
Load.
Another tow firing out. That hits short, but it taps Alexander. I think he was going for that infantry crowd. So I think that was the bunker buster round, going a little low. They only got 2 rounds left. Oh dear, Vagrant's on fire. So autocannon potentially still under threat, but they can't find an angle on it. Is the title on, guys? Dreadnought saying it is. I have it updated on my side. Try refreshing the page, Dreadnought. All right, they're now taking fire. They're bringing the tow back. Ah, freaking hell. Sometimes it doesn't update properly. I'm just going to spam the update button. All right, try now. Try refreshing your page now. Because I'll hit it, but then it won't register with Twitch's server, but it'll tell me it's updated, but I just have to spam the damn button. Thanks for that, guys. I apologize for that. Autocannon's turned around. It's looking. You got the Maz team also under fire as infantry have turned around. Autocannon still in play. That's going to be pretty risky there because Thought they were going to move it with the auto, but I guess not. BTR's now turned around as well. So with the toe pinned, I don't know, Green 4 might send stuff back there to make sure it's secured. Because if they can secure the toe, then they know their autocannon has complete reign on everything. Why is the BTR going hunting on its own for a Polaris team? I'm going to be honest. You would think, okay, that's an easy free kill. But at the same time, at least for the past 2 months, almost every time there's been an independent team driving around, it's almost always the Matt team. Oh, of course you're going to mount up. But are you going to find them, though? That's the really funny question. Oh, this is rich. It's cat and mouse. Except they're both cats and they don't know what to do and they don't... Bit of a miscoordination there. Well, we only set the thing to emote only when we're not streaming because Twitch has somehow allowed something called hate rating to happen, which means if you go in a channel while it's offline and start spamming it with racist or sexist stuff, you can then report the channel for it and get them banned, even if they're not streaming, which makes absolutely no sense because Twitch is Twitch. So we set it to off emote only so they can't do that. Because, again, Twitch is silly. Autocannon firing down on that position as the Vic has come around. No casualties yet, though. Yeah, Twitch is very, very interesting. Well, yeah, but shield mode didn't exist. It literally took them like 5 or 6 months to make that. So in the meantime, we would just do this stuff. But all right, autocannons firing on this position. Holt's trying to poke his head out. What on earth is this BS? Oh my god. No way. Now the fence is in the way. How did you pull that off? That made him pull back. How is a BTR-80 harassing the AT team?
No, shit.
It fell over! It just... What are you fumbling? Are you kidding me? Is the Maz gonna come in? The Maz is on the gunner seat. But the autocannon's harassing it. Oh my god! But they disabled the tow! It did its job. They took out the tow. In my opinion, a BTR-80 to take out a tow launcher to guarantee the safety of the autocannon is one of the best trades you can make. That was worth it. That was completely worth it. Because that has ensured that that autocannon is going to be able to survive the rest of the game, and now they can pound the hilltop and get massive multi-kills. Oh my god. Which again, I think having both the tow and the Maz in the same asset was probably a mistake, because if one thing gets screwed there, you're going to lose all your AT, and in that position, they lost half of it there, and now there's no AT to defend right here. So now that Pierce knows, he might not actually know because they might not have been able to coordinate it up. But if he was able to call up and say that the tow is gone, they can use that autocannon and free range snipe everything on this hill with that HE. It is a 30mm because it's literally the 80 alpha turret on an MTLB. And now I think they're green on greening their own guys, which is brilliant. I don't know why they're using that for single target suppression. They should be using that on the fortifications instead. The fact that Lolo is hunting Holtz down here, though, is brilliant. Even though he's under friendly fire. Pierce got unbanned from commanding, so he's back, baby. Roll up. Roll up. That was a delay and a half. Holtz is now under fire. So these guys are really far back. I think they have 3 rockets left. Holtz attacking. He's suppressing that position. Doesn't have an angle. Oh, yes, he does. He saw him through the bush. Great shot. Where's the MTLB with the naval cannon? Wait for pay for paint on Thursday, and you'll see it. Okay. Now we need to see rear security, but we need to see that autocannon work on the AO. And since the AOs are all close to each other, Pierce can afford the time it'll take to just, you know, be slow, cross his T's, dot his I's, and get all this done. Sounds really interesting. You betcha, boy. Roski. It's going to be a good one. All right, they did bring the comm vehicle up. That can rush 6 people up to the hill. And with autocannon support, it's going to be very easy to get forces up there. So far, Green 4 has lost their BTR-80 and an MTLB. They still have 2 armed MTLBs left, the autocannon MTLB, and 2 BRDMs and an off-road transport to work with. I'm going to be honest, though, with all assets considered, I think this AO was pretty much balanced. It's just Blue 4 decided to put both of their AT assets together, and that was a bit of a mistake. I swear to God, if they park by Lolo. That was funny as hell. Now we're starting to see the autocannon firing up on that hill. Knocked King out. We have another kill up here. Here we go. It's shredding.
Run, King! Run!
Running King. And this.
We have gold! No, they don't.
I kind of want to go scavenge the bodies.
So alive. You just lose pigeon? No. I think I'm medic.
Send it.
The 6th, if now.
When is your birthday?
That is coming up, but the month of April is getting really crazy. It's turning out to be my most booked month in terms of IRL and Arma stuff. So I'm already like booked up to the 22nd. It's nuts.
If your assets are used correctly, like our HPM, but now this is... I think they have a lot of ammo today. They've non-stop been firing since the start of the game.
Delta can do a flanking action right here, though.
They're thunder running.
They're thunder running it. Well, yeah, but they've got fire support.
Grenade for the king. Grenade. Okay, nice.
Not gonna lie, though, an explosive charge in this AO would have been really smart, but they detonated it early. They're blind throwing because they think the thunder charge is coming right up to them. I don't know, Audrey Hotto. I have never seen Papega so frazzled, but... Got some follow-up shooting here. Oh God, that just blew someone up. Here's the thing. I think we're gonna have some people in Blue 4 complain about this AO. But at the same time, it was Blue 4 Command that made that decision to keep all AT together, and when they got scuffed, and now look, they're pulling back all the way over here and not being effective. Literally, Blue 4 had 2 different assets to take out the one crucial asset they needed to, and they weren't able to, and that's why this AO is playing off as is. Because otherwise, this AO would be impossible for Green 4 to take, because it's all open. It's amazing what giving one autocannon does to change that. This would be a defense win, hands down, if that autocannon did not exist. If that toe, and that's the crazy thing about this though, is that toe could have gotten the snipe right here because that autocannon was visible. They weren't able to see it though because of these trees. Instead, they went for a different MTLB. So there was a chance for them to take out the HE autocannon, but they didn't because they got target fixated on something else. And now it's gonna cost Blue 4. Do I think the game is over? No. I think Blue 4 still has a good chance. That grenade's gonna kill Flux and knock Michael out. They still have a chance to defend in here. They still have their Echo team to come in and potentially snipe that autocannon because it's gone through at least 1/3 to 2/3 of their ammo. You got Delta coming around right there as well. That's another thing I'm not getting is why is Delta on the wide flanks right here getting picked apart? Blue 4 can also do a counterattack on that position. Some well-placed grenades can stop Green 4. And if Green 4 burns all their infantry, then Blue 4 is going to be able to defend pretty easily. Because that HE autocannon, once it closes to close range, will get schwacked by an AT4. But yeah, no, if Blue 4 was going to keep all of that AT, they should not have engaged until they spotted the autocannon. That should have been their priority target. And they have binos. They have Vector 21, so they have zoom in binos, and they just confirmed the wrong target. So you got Blue 4 that's looped around, now engaging from the rear. It's interesting to see him charge up. He should be going over here now to that ridge with a small team for security and flanking to watch Green 4 move in. So pushing him up CQC like that is going to be a very, very risky and potentially big mistake. But now you got Delta trying to come around to flank, but now Green 4 is maneuvering up. And now you got this frontline push, but I think King is in a really good spot to get some kills here, and some well-placed GLs is gonna make all the difference. Look at that. He is just raining hate down with them. I think Bluck knows he's back there. No, he's firing up at the garrison, and they're covering King. Oh, we got Zixme, though. He's a really great player. Gets a perfect grenade on King's spot. King's dead. Those GLs were really well placed, though. That definitely knocked out the front of Green 4's infantry. You're going to have a lot of bodies on this hill. And now you got the autocannon flanking around with HE, taking out this position. You got one down right there. But Echo is in a spot to engage the autocannon because it has no security. GL's firing on this position. Azariah has it marked with yellow. Don't even dismount. Take it out with your gun. Oh, come on. You should see it. Get that gun out. Drive right up behind it and pop it in the ass. That's a hit. Gun is down. That's why I like the Polaris Jeep, because the gun seat can also be a turnout seat, and you can literally have the AT gunner on it right there. That was a great use of that asset. Now the autocannon is down. Not going to be repairable. Actually, it might be if it doesn't fully cook off. I think the crew's looking into it. It's in a decent spot right here to cover. Looks like they are trying to do field repairs. Remember, the first thing you... Actually, I'll quiz you guys. When you have a vehicle down like this, what is the first thing you repair, guys? What is the absolute first thing you repair? Now, I want to clarify. They're not under threat right now. They're actually being green on green right now, pretty funny enough. They're not under serious threat right now. AT, something just fired over here. They're actually being green on green. This is brilliant. Now they're under threat, and that changes the answer. So I'll say it like this. There are two different things you repair depending on the situation. One if you're under threat, and one that if you're not under threat. If you're under threat, you repair the gun first because you need to start firing back ASAP. But if you're not under threat, the one thing you repair first is actually the fuel tank. And here's why. When the fuel tank takes damage, you start running out of fuel. I also love that Iander's hiding in this bush and Barno just ran by him. If you run out of fuel, you're screwed. You don't repair the engine first because the engine doesn't need fuel. The engine's the engine. But if you run out of fuel because the fuel tank's busted, even if you repair the engine, you're not going anywhere. So you repair the fuel tank first. But if you're under threat, you need to get those guns back up ASAP, otherwise you're going to be dead before you can repair the gun. Oh, IRL, you're probably already screwed, but, I mean, just go look at Ukrainian drone footage. But anyway, Green 4's medicing who they can. Blue 4 dealt a very nasty counterattack. And now you're going to have the Moz come back up to make sure it's dead. Hit it! Hit it! This is what you get for not having any freaking infantry security around that thing. Yeah, now fuel's cooking off. That thing's dead in the water. When you have autocannons, you need infantry support to cover you from BS like that. This thing, as soon as that AO should have gone down, which is why I was saying pushing up there was a mistake. Should have gone over here. Should have had a small team of security, because look at this small team of security right here. Look at this. Woo! I think the engine just got shot out too. Someone's unconscious in there. Here comes Olaf when he was reloading. Olaf just ran right into that grenade. He's dead. Oh, it was a smoke grenade. Lucky him. Shy gets taken out. But look what infantry support can do. Grenade kill one. Shuffles might get away from that grenade before it dies. Awesome. He's gonna steal the MTLB! Oh! Oh my god! 50 cal's now shooting it. But he's shooting the MTLB! Oh my god! Actually, if they shoot through those hatches, they can kill him. Fun fact. But, oh my god. Slushy gets knocked out by a stray 50 cal shot. Oh my freaking god. Did the other... Wait, did Slushy just get loaded into the vehicle? What? But... Oh, oh my god. What? What the actual heck? Someone loaded Slushy in the vehicle. Slushy now gets out of the vehicle. Because they're under fire from the 50 cal now. Someone in Alpha 1 just got sniped. Someone had AT. Use AT on it at this point. Because you already have the engine shot out. Shuffles is going to get out and kill people. They should know because they can't get in it that it has enemies in it. Back doors are open. Hey! Oh, they just knocked him out. Finally penetrated into there. And they pulled him out and double tapped him. Oh my god, that's funny as hell. Hey, Bo, how are you doing, my friend? Thank you so much for the 6-month resub. I can't wait for the next op in your community. Hope to be there. And nonetheless, hope you are enjoying your Friday. All right, so this is going to be a very interesting mid-game here because both sides have lost all of their interesting assets. Green 4 still has some support MTLBs. Blue 4 still has a 50 cal, but it was on this position. It's getting pushed now. I honestly think Green 4 is going to have this because they have all the infantry support, and Blue 4 are just down to defense right here. They're taking flanking fire, getting knocked out of that 50 cal. Wheaton goes on con. Sector 2 being taken. As we see Green 4 entering the sector itself, only Swola still in there, so it's a 2-to-1 number advantage right now. It's about to turn into a 3-to-1. We'll see if Blue 4 pushes back, but that's just going to mean that you're going to see these infantry charge in with support from that side. Though we do have Michael with Mini-Me online to provide some support. Grenade thrown up. That might get SN here. Yep, he was the 2 IC. Another grenade goes up. That's why you always open up with grenades, though, because people are going to hear grenades and go, oh, okay, that's just explosions going on. They're not going to identify it as gunshots. So now Michael's making his opening here. He's missing his shots, though. Goes for Pierce, takes out ground command for Green 4. He's going to spot Roofy, but changes to Wiki after knocking Roofy down. He's looking. Roofy just spotted him. Michael didn't see him. Return fire, but Roofy is able to take him out. Great job by Blue 4 sniping ground command there. We see a smoke push being down here, and it's a lot of smoke because you're seeing the smoke dissipate because of the maximum particles allowed on the server. But looks like Green 4, it's a 2-2 right here, so that sector's no longer being taken. A majority of Green 4's remaining infantry is out of the sector, though. Great flanking play by what Blue 4 had there. Blue 4 can still salvage this, but this is neck and neck because both sides have gone back and forth. And the shift of power started with Green 4, shifted a little to Blue 4, and then Green 4 took it back by taking out Blue 4's tow gun. And then Blue 4 was able to take out the autocannon that Green 4 had, but then they lost their mat team. So now Green 4 has a little bit of that power here, but Blue 4 is fully on the defense as Green 4 is now assaulting from two angles. Basically, both sides are using their reserves at this point and what they have remaining and trying to field in everything they can. So we could see this force come up, flank the units back here, but they're going a little on the slow side, so we might still see this large chunk of infantry come in. So I think this group's going to go for here and be able to take it. That group's going to go for here, but there's a lot of infantry up here. So we could still see Blue 4 hold this position. So we've got some Green 4 breaching around. Whiplash, though, he's on the first story right here. I think he hears the footsteps above him, so he's waiting them out. We just heard AT get launched. It went just above the MTLB, though. And that AT is only going to be in the form of AT4, so if you understand what your side and what the enemy side have, if you hear a rocket launch and you're not dead, you can go, okay, well, I don't have to worry because they only had one chance at that, and they screwed it up. Whiplash and Depso. Depso, they both had their guns point blank on each other. Depso won that fight. Neat. All right, now you got Delta pushing up behind. This is some Scandi players, and they're going to have those MG3s. 2 MG3s to be specific. And they have an AT4, so they can't hit that MTLB in the rear. Sector 1 being taken. AT on return fire here by Roofy. He's the guy that got that double kill in the beginning with an AT4, so he found another one. Blue 4 looks like they're primarily staying around here, but got that other element of Green 4 coming there. So I think Sector 1's going to be taken, but we could see a counterattack by Blue 4 on the hill on the rear of Green 4. Do a lot of damage, but Green 4 is going to be a lot in the fortified in these houses. But if Blue 4 can snipe that vehicle with an AT4 and then stay perched up and shoot anyone advancing with those MG3s, I think Blue 4 can still bounce back and sandwich this force. However, that force is going to come on the rear of this position and still potentially take it out. So there's still room for either side to win this. It is leaning to Green 4 right now because of unit placement, but Blue 4 can still bounce back because you got to remember they have Pepega and Scandi Recon on their side, the 2 best communities for FnF. Nader's coming down, but the vehicle's coming down to say hello. That's going to kill him. All right, it knocked him out, but he fumbled a grenade throw. Not sure if that landed back in his hands. No, it went over. All right. Could still wake back up, though. Oh, but Roaster's running, but Timex out of ammo. Looks like he got double tapped. Roster, if he could climb on the top hatch, he could throw a grenade in it. But yeah, Roster's trying to friendly wiggle at Flying Fin, but Flying Fin is still shooting at him. Leaving some Scandi Recon to blue on blue Pepega Pirates. Oh, what a mistake. Nemesis under fire here. Sector 2 now being captured as well as they push this position. We could see the op end right here, right now. Oh, that's going to get a double kill. I think that's it for Blue 4 at that point. There's the 3rd kill. Banks trying to push out. He's got to kill everyone. But I don't think that's going to be the case. Green 4 is going to take that sector. 90-second timer now turned to about a 50-second. Blue 4 needs to push up and counterattack. Sector 1's been taken. It's GG. This is GG. Great play by Green 4. Lightning warfare at the end right there to hit both sectors at the same time. Blue 4 now trying to desperately counterattack. If they get some good grenade throws, they could stop it. 30 seconds remaining on the clock as Blue 4 attempts this counterattack. But I think it's over. And you got Blue 4 also shooting their own guys as they advance into the sector. What is up with Scandy's blue on blue here? 10 seconds remaining, it is over. And that is, oh, a great grenade throw by Shy on the flank, stopping that attack, and that's it. Great play right there by Green 4. They always had a little bit of an advantage after they knocked out that toe. That was a very great chain of events. Really great trades done by Green 4, and even though they made some mistakes, they were still able to bounce back through it. Blue 4, as soon as they fumbled the bag with that toe and went for the Ron MTLB first, when they could have gotten the right one,